Hey guys, it's Reggie. I'm with Stephen Badger again here at Zell. Sorry about that. And 2 days ago, we talked about this whole issue regarding law changes with deductible covering. Yesterday, we talked great conversation on UPPA. The third one is one that's probably I was a little disappointed with, and I know you were too, and that's the whole licensing issue. Talk to us about where that stands, really what happened, and what's all the hubbub about.
Well, Texas is one of the few states that does not regulate roofing contractors.
Right.
Texas is an anti-regulation state, so it's hard to get any new regulations passed, even when there's a real need for it.
Right.
There's no question there's a need from a consumer protection perspective. I represent a class action of 100 homeowners ripped off by a bad contractor. So we've really been focused on trying to work cooperatively with the reputable contractors to regulate roofing contractors. It's been put into the legislature, passed numerous sessions. It kept failing. This session, we thought, given the Harvey experience, given the fraud experience, we had a chance. And we did. We put a good bill together. It was just a registration bill. It was not full licensing.
Right.
It just required registration.
Well, just basic kind of registration or what?
All you had to do was put your name into a registry with the state, pay $250, become registered, get a number, and then you'd be a registered roofing contractor, and your contract would have to use your registration number. And the most important part of the bill was that only registered roofing contractors could get roofing permits in Texas.
Yeah.
So our hope was that would do two things. One, keep the two chucks in the truck from coming over from Baton Rouge right after the storm, right? Collecting insurance checks and leaving. Right, because they knew that no one would give them a job because they didn't have a Texas number. And number two, the crooks who actually rip people off, we could yank their registration and they couldn't continue to do work.
Yeah, they couldn't get permits.
Yeah.
Right? I don't understand what the hubbub is. I mean, I really don't understand, because this happens. I travel across the country, and most states that I travel to have some type of registration requirement, correct?
They do, and we're one of the few ones, and we're one of the few states that has the magnitude of roofing losses that we have here that does not have regulation of some nature. Unfortunately, it didn't pass.
So I guess what I would wonder is why other trades that deal with a homeowner have to have license and we don't at some level.
Because they were enacted 10, 15 years ago.
Right. Bad timing.
When we had a Democrat majority who was looking to protect consumers,
Yeah.
or before the Tea Party Republicans became so anti-government. So there's a number of political issues. Then there's also a small group of contractors, these independent contractors who lobbied against the bill, and that was part of the reason.
What do you think
it
it
failed.
was? I mean, what are the elements that causes a contractor to go? I'm serious. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here. I'm trying to figure out what would be the things that would make a contractor go, this is not what we need.
Yeah, given how simple this bill was, Lord only knows.
Right.
All right, now, maybe they're motivated by just their philosophical anti-government involvement in my business view. There was also some concern at the Capitol that was raised that this was a anti-minority bill,
Right.
which it absolutely wasn't. We were very careful in the legislation to exempt labor from the registration requirement.
Wow.
So any roofing crew, if it was just a crew, if they were not soliciting jobs or signing contracts, they were just a crew, they did not have to register. So there was a misinformation campaign out there by the minority contractor groups and their lobbyists and legislative representatives to say that this was a disguised immigrant labor bill. It's absolutely wrong. It was upsetting, but it scared some people. We got the bill out of the committee. We'd never gotten that far. Out of Calendar's committee, and got it to a full House vote. But in the full House, and if you're interested, pull up the debate sometime and look at it. It's fascinating, and you're going to see that the absolute lies and misinformation that were spewed on the House floor to kill this bill, it's offensive and it's appalling.
Yeah. So it's offensive and appalling to me that somebody in this state has to have a license to cut my hair, but can rip my roof off. Right. I mean, I don't understand it. So what's next? I mean, what's on the horizon for you in terms of affecting roofing contractors, homeowners regarding an insurance claim in the state of Texas? Anything on the horizon?
Yeah, well, we're excited because we passed 2102 and 2103, right? Now you got to pay deductibles. We think that'll wipe out some of the fraud and some of the crooks there. 2103, the guys who want to negotiate your claims. But the big issue now is, will there ever be roofing contractor regulation in Texas? I've gotten a number of phone calls from people saying, come on, Badger, don't give up. RCAT, North Texas Roofing, let's try again next session. And we're talking now, we've got some time to relax and regroup. I think we should try again, because for the Texas consumer, we need this.
Yeah, last thing, is it safe to say that after September 1st, there's going to be a pretty heavy effort and aggression to kind of enforcing these new changes?
I don't think so. I think there will certainly be an awareness now. I think the insurance companies will ask for reasonable proof of payment of deductibles, as they should ask for. I think the TDI will be paying attention. So at least now there will be an avenue to enforce the law where there wasn't before. But without contractor regulation, the real frauds who are collecting checks and ripping people off, that's going to continue. And if anyone hears about that, we work real closely with the TDI fraud unit and with local district attorneys in going after contractors who are doing this. So we'll keep our eyes open, and even though we don't have regulation, we'll still try to go after the bad guys.
Anything closing you'd like to say to these contractors? I mean, what I hear from these last 2 or 3 meetings that we're in is you're not anti-contractor.
No,
I know that.
I'm anti people trying to rip off consumers or my insurance company clients.
Right.
Yeah, I'm it really bothers me when I see people getting ripped off. And that's why, as an insurance company lawyer, I probably represent more consumers than anyone, because people read about what I do. Am I trying to help trying to help consumers ripped off? I get calls all the time. In fact, I got a call right before we started today from a homeowner who was ripped off by a contractor, and she said, I Googled roofing contractor fraud, your name popped up, please call me back and help me. And I will. And I do them pro bono, because no one else will take their cases.
Right. Well, Stephen, thank you so much for your time. It's great to meet you. Appreciate everything you're doing. Guys, there's a lot of information available on his website. What's the best way for them to maybe get I know you sent me some information. Is there a way that they can find out more information?
Yeah, sure. Go to Zelle.com,
Yeah.
ZELLE.com. There's a link there to a What the Hail page, and there's probably 70 or 80 articles and news reports talking about all these different issues. And I'll tell you, I tell everybody when I speak, sbadger@zelle.com is my email address.
Yeah.
I probably get 50 emails a day with people just asking me questions. I try to respond to them all. So reach out if you ever have an issue or a question. And in particular, if you know someone trying to rip people off, I'm happy to see if there's something we can do to help.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Stephen, thanks again. And guys, this has been another way for you to get better in your business. Changes are coming, but you can change with them, and you can see your business become so successful, because still people who do things the right way win. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks.